It is December 19th, 2025. And a lot of things have happened between now and then. Not the least of which is my views on a number of things. I want to preface this by saying that I am not advocating for hate, violence, or aggression towards any one people simply for valuing their country or believing their country is superior to my own. If they want to believe that way, that's fine. Just go and live there. That's all I ask. Don't seek to undermine my nation for your benefit. That said, for a long time now, since about Bush Jr., I had, and he was the first president I was old enough to vote for, I've kind of understood that there was more or less a corrupt government, and that the Uniparty existed, and that both camps were playing for the Uniparty, pretending to be our friends, fighting for us, what have you, while serving the Uniparty behind closed doors. I understood that. And I understood, the whole special interest groups, lobbyists, what have you. And I also understood that illegal immigration, hey, I understand the notion of compassion there, but I understood that it was also kind of detrimental to the sovereignty of this nation. Because if you keep migrating, or if you keep letting people in here who have no legal right to be here, as time moves forward, they tend to undermine the sovereignty and strength of your nation. So, it wasn't until about March of this year that I really kind of started to have a shift of political views regarding what the Uniparty was, what they served, and what their benefit was. For a long time, I always thought, hey, it's just to serve themselves. It's just to grow rich and fat at our expense and line their own pocketbooks. The left thinks it's the super wealthy conservatives, the billionaires, the business owners, what have you. And there's definitely merit to that. Okay, I can't argue that. I can't debate against that. There's definitely merit to that. The right says, yeah, it's definitely that, but you have most of your wealthy are tend to be on the left. And okay, yeah, that's also very true. So it's not like either party is really all that noble when it comes to serving the common man versus serving the super rich, wealthy, and the powerful. But as time went on, I learned more about BlackRock. I learned more about our allies and who we have as those we consider friend. And I watched how much they exploited our nation while giving us nothing in return. And then I started noticing a new pattern. When I started going beyond just the names themselves, I started paying attention to what a lot of these very powerful bigwig people tend to have a bias for and a favoritism for. And I found a very funny thing that most of these individuals were showing favoritism towards Jews and towards Israel and towards this and towards that. We think it's China, we think it's Russia, we think it's Ukraine, we think it's this, that, and the other, and that's all a part of it. But undoubtedly, for such a small minority of the global population, the Jewish people, and again, this is not to say hate, but the Jewish people have the most significant overrepresentation on the face of this earth. They own BlackRock. They own several different corporations. AIPAC, which is an American-Israel super PAC, or American-Israel Alliance. You have your communistic or liberal Jewish donors through AIPAC, and then you also have your conservative or Zionist donors through AIPAC as well, and either group funds either side. You have the liberal communistic side that vote or supports the Democrats, and you have the Zionist side that supports the conservative side. Now, what the kicker is that the conservative side is overwhelmingly seems to push for a lot of foreign wars and a lot of foreign conflicts. And inevitably, they don't really do much to strengthen the home front. A lot of our politicians that claim to be conservatives, they kind of sit on whatever power they have, don't really do anything with it, save to stick our nose into other nations' business and try to find ways to exploit that to the American benefit rather than taking care of what needs to happen here at home. We've got veterans at home that are homeless. It's almost like our politicians and our, frankly, citizens overall seem to regret the fact that we even have veterans that survived wars. I'm not perfect myself. I could definitely be better in this area. But it's a mess. And then we have anyways, I guess the point of this video is just to say, hey, things are not as they appear. Uniparty is definitely beholden to a particular group of masters. I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds like it's full of hate, but it's actually just honest, genuine, legitimate criticism of what our own government is doing. And I think influences need to be removed. Be it Muslim, be it Jewish, be it China, be it Russian, be it Japan, be it whatever dual loyalty our politicians have to this nation and another nation, that needs to be gone. Be it a loyalty to any one nation, company, or group outside of the needs of the Americas, the U.S. specifically, and the needs of the citizens that live here, it needs to be removed, and we need to have genuine America First candidates. Take that as you will. If you want to write me off as just a crazy loon, fine. If you want to say that I'm spreading hate speech, my views are the same no matter who's in charge. Doesn't matter if it's Trump, doesn't matter if it's Biden, doesn't matter if it's Obama, doesn't matter if it's a communist, doesn't matter whoever it is. If their influence is to another nation or another entity aside from that of this nation and the needs of the common man in this nation, it needs to be removed from government. That's all I have to say. Bye.